4:42 and a half. Gallatin 7, Lebanon 6.
This game's already had a little bit of everything.
It's had a block punt, and it's right had a couple of fumbles, and had a tremendous lick by Tracy Corley. Slot right, Lassiter takes it, runs McMurray, got 5, and then bang his way for 6. Got to the 24. There's just simply daylight right now on our left side. That's where they're hitting us. To the 24, it's 3rd and 1.
And Bruce, a mismatch at that tackle position. Gallatin has a gentleman named Michael Robinson, 6'3", 300 pounds, matching up against Landon Dunaway at 234. Now, when Donnie was in there, it was a little closer. Donnie going at about 265 or 270.
Slot right. They need a yard. They run the quarterback, and he got it. Takes it all the way. If we read the markers, he got inside of the 20. He stepped back and then found his hole off right guard and run a quarterback sneak, almost a draw, and got inside of the 20, I think on the 18. We'll call it the 18, 1st down and 10, Gallatin.
Jeff Ashley checks in at the defensive tackle position for the Blue Devils. Ashley, 6'1", 220-pound junior. Landon Dunaway leaves.
Set. And they got a split left end, slot right. 7-6, back to pass, draw play. McMurray straight up the middle, and Scott Ogle hit him on the 15 and knocked him down close to the 12. McMurray finds some daylighting when he does. He's really got a lot of it. He carried Ogle with him a little bit. I think they're going to spot it on the 11 or 12. It's hard to see the markers.
Bo Kemp, tight end, checks in with the play for Gallatin and Lebanon. Going to take a timeout. We need a timeout. 3:08 to go in the first half. Lebanon trails Gallatin by a score of 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It has been worth it. Since 1984, these two football teams have not been able to get together. Gallatin leads Lebanon by a score of 7-6. 3:08 to go in the first half. Gallatin with the football and driving.
We'll call it 2nd down and 4. Ball is somewhere around the 11 or 12 yard line. Gallatin with 3:08 leading 7-6 and a half. They've got a slot left, and they run McMurray, big hole, and he closed a little quicker than it normally does. We got some people in there that time. Closed it down, and we knocked him down on the 10, I think they'll put it. Give him 2 yards. 3rd down and 2.5, I believe, if we're trying to see the markers on the field that is totally brown almost from the frost. Ball on the 10, 3rd and 2, 2:40 and a half. Gallatin 7, Lebanon 6. Lassiter takes it, runs McMurray. Got hit in the backfield and knocked down. Great play. Ashley, Jeff Ashley from the nose position knocked McMurray down. That may be his first loss ever. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Ashley has gone to the nose position. Dunaway is at the tackle spot. Hicks is the other defensive tackle for Lebanon. Skullrood and Carlos Kendall, the defensive ends for the Blue Devils.
Big play, people. 4th and 3. Ball on the 10 and a half. 4th and 3 here. We got to hold them. 2 minutes in the half. Lassiter takes it, runs McMurray, got a 1st down and got to the 5 yard line or 6. He got a 1st down. He just simply maneuvered his way through there and got a 1st down. Great running back, people.
He hits the line, and he's not a slasher, so to speak. He's more of a dancer, a little delicate when he hits the line of scrimmage, but he's making people miss. A lot of movement out of the hips and legs, and he is awfully hard to make that first hit on.
1:43. They're on our 5, and they need a timeout. They had a mix-up on the play, and they called time. Gallatin has taken a time. 1:39 to play and a half. Gallatin 7, Lebanon 6. 30-second break, and we'll be back.
1 minute, 39 seconds to go in the first half. Lebanon trails Gallatin by a score of 7-6, and this one has been moving tonight. Gallatin with it 1st and goal, deep inside the Lebanon 10-yard line.
Well, Lebanon, if you ever goes down, it's time to do it. 1st and goal to go, 7-6. However, we got 24 more minutes in the second half, and anything can happen. Lassiter, quarterback, gives it to McMurray, and he got to the 2. I think he got close close to the 1 as he just simply went off left tackle. Tommy, they're really banging us off left tackle.
Well, they think they have found a soft spot with Donnie Self on the sideline. Self banged up. I saw Donnie. He is walking gingerly on the sideline. They've had ice on that knee.
They're on the 1 and a half. We'll call it the 1. And Lassiter scored. He just run a quarterback sneak and got it. Followed his guard and scored. 13-6, 108 and a half.
Bruce, they let him hesitate at the line of scrimmage and just pick a spot. He doesn't hit it up in there hard on that quarterback sneak. It's kind of soft. He just slid in behind the block of his left guard, and picked up the touchdown to attempt a PAT, even Jerpy.
Jerpy to kick, 13-6, big extra point here. Snap down placement, kick is long, high, and good. 14-6. 30 seconds and we'll be back. Gallatin leading.
Gallatin goes 44 yards in 11 plays. Lauren Lassiter, the quarterback, carries it in from the 1-yard line. Jerpy with the extra point. With 1:08 left in the first half, Gallatin leads Lebanon 14-6.
Mullins to kick off. Comes forward and kicks it high and tries to go to the sideline with it. Bentley takes it on the 13. East of the 15, trying to get to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and he fumbled the ball. I think we got it, though. I don't know, though. We'll have to wait and see. I think we recovered it up on the 34.
Carlos Kendall got back down on that football, Bruce. Bentley en route to a pretty good return. It popped loose. Carlos Kendall, the junior defensive end, fell on the football for the Blue Devils.
So that one really helped to fall on it because it's on the 34. The clock is running. 49 seconds and a half. We sent DeMond Stone out here wide to the right. Triplett's a quarterback, looking for DeMont, looking, throws out there, incomplete. They had us well covered. Pass went incomplete. Triplett trying to hit DeMont on an out. And it'll be 2nd and 10, 39 seconds and a half. Gallatin 14, Lebanon 6.
Bruce, the linebackers are backed up 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. The secondary 20 yards from the line of scrimmage, giving us plenty of cushion. Gallatin not want to give up the home run play right before the half.
Yep, they're backed up about 25 yards. They're free safety, and then we run a sweep out of it. Crutchfield cuts it back in and got close to 10 yards. I think he got 9 and it drove him back as he got up close to the 43-yard line where they'll spot it. Picked up 9 yards, 25 seconds. We're not taking a timeout. We're trying to hurry and run a play, or are we trying to hurry? We're running the play. 16 seconds, 15. We need a yard for a first down. We're in a slot left, 10 seconds, 9. We run a fullback up the middle. I don't think he got it. He got turned around about 3 times. Then he got hit late and a flag went in. A flag went in, either face mask or a late hit. There's a flag there. That should put it 15 and give us another play, and we might try to throw it for the end zone. Personal foul, face mask, Gallatin. 15 yards will carry it from the 44. Should put it close down to their 41. We'll wait and see how far he steps it off. So it's going to be 3 seconds, Tommy, and maybe we'll just rear back and throw it for the end zone. Coach Mark Medley has taken a timeout. The ball will be on the 41 of Gallatin. Timeout Lebanon. We'll keep it here.
3 seconds to play. Lebanon with the possibility of the big play. Throw it deep in the end zone and hope something good happens. You never know. Medley's always got a little something up his sleeve. Terry Stafford, the stats a little one-sided so far tonight.
Especially offensively. Jeremy McMurray with a great first half, Tommy. 12 carries, 108 yards. That's kind of scary. He's just a sophomore. He's a very talented running back.
And what he's doing, he's just working behind that offensive line, picking and feeling his holes, and he's doing a great job. He is just working off those blocks, dancing, making the first man miss, then taking what he can get to turn it upfield. Wanted to take this opportunity to say hello to some folks who are listening back in Lebanon. Mr. Bill Rose, hope you're enjoying the ball game tonight. Woody Hunt, athletic director at Cumberland University, listening to us tonight. And my good friend Rick Thorne, who's in the hospital in Lebanon. Hope you're feeling better, Rick.
Lebanon comes out with a slot right last play of the half. They are trailing 14-6. triplet back to pass, looking. Long pass for Corley, incomplete, and there's the half. At the end of the half, the score, Gallatin 14, Lebanon 6.
For this halftime interview segment, Larry Grissom, the Dean of Assistant Coaches at Lebanon High School, and Richard Anderson. Richard, your responsibilities during the week, you work with that defensive front.
Yes, Tommy, we try to prepare our kids for what the other team's going to run. We work on different specific blocking schemes. For instance, the dive, certain way they'll block that, the ice, the lead, trap, sweep, and we're trying to play all these. We try to teach our kids each individual block and how to react to each one.
Coach Grissom, during the week you're working with the secondary as well as working with the running backs. You're probably the most experienced group on defense. As a group has got to be that secondary. You've got them all back.
We're fortunate there, Tommy. We've got really 6 young men that's been playing a lot since the last year, and that is, really been a pleasure.
And I guess you don't have to do a lot of teaching with these guys. It's just brushing up from week to week against what you're going to see that particular week.
Really, in secondary, you're teaching all the time, reminding them their keys, because if they make a mistake, it's 6 points. And you've got to stay on top about your keys, your technique, how to break on the football, how to get to the football, run or pass.
Coach Anderson, during the week you also have a lot of responsibilities with the scout team, getting those guys ready to go against the varsity. What does that entail?
Mostly what that entails, Tommy, is I am running the other team's defense, and we set it up exactly what they do stunt-wise, read-wise, secondary-wise, and we try to get them to the football just like the other team will do. We try to take care of responsibilities just like they would.
And Coach Grissom, you two are in the press box during the games, the eye in the sky, so to speak, on the walkie-talkies for the Blue Devils, and that's an assignment that you've had through the years. Of course, you stay in out of the weather a little bit, but you've really got to stay on top of what's going on in the game when you're up that high.
Coach Anderson and I call it the bird cage or the nut house, because you have to keep your composure up there. You can't be hollering. You have to keep your mind on your business, keep focused on what you're supposed to be looking at. Hardest thing for me to get used to all these years, is not be a fan and watch football. We've got to watch people down the line. Coach Anderson usually takes care of that, and I'm watching secondary coverage. I'm seeing if anybody's coming off the bench to, look for a special type play. And it's just like you're focused down in there, but you can't let anything go. It'd come out over the loudspeaker,
Coach Anderson, in closing, as far as suggestions, you're hooked up to Coach Marshall or talking to him during the course of the game. Is there things that he will ask you, Richard, what's happening? I can't see it.
What he'll usually ask me is if we're on offense, usually about stunts. And I try to pick up stunts and remember stunts. As soon as the plays run, I either draw them up or I just relay it down to Coach Marshall and tell them what they did stunt-wise. Then if vice versa, we're on defense, I'm trying to tell us how they blocked us. And if they did something special or anything different we hadn't seen, or who just didn't make the play. And we work on stuff like that.
Okay, fellas, thanks a lot. We appreciate your time, and we're going to go back for the second half, play-by-play, after these messages.